Good morning, everyone. Morning.
Good morning.
Lovely, 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 lovely.
Good morning.
It must be. How are the muscles this morning? Let me hear.
How is?
The muscles, how are they feeling?
Oh, I got some working, so my muscles feeling good.
Good, 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 good. And have you been joining in with us on the exercise in the mornings?
You know, I now saw it come up on the chat here
Okay,
as I
all
have
right.
as it came up from the morning worship, and the message now came up on the chat. So it didn't even have a time on it. So I just give
Jump
it a
on.
shot.
Okay. All right. So we meet at 5 a.m. In the mornings. We do a quick little worship, a quick little session of exercise, and just a few tips to get you started on your day on the right leg. So that's why we're here. And we hope to be out before 6 o'clock. All right. Tomorrow morning, though, we won't be having a session tomorrow morning. However, I'm encouraging everyone, because it's Friday. It's a short day for us. So as soon as I rise in the morning, I want to get on with solids and start getting stuff out. Plus, we have a big day tomorrow at the Health Expo. So we have to make a lot of medicines to carry out there with us. So we won't be exercising tomorrow morning, but we are encouraging everyone, as soon as you get up, have your worship, spend your time with God, and stretch. Even if you don't do vigorous exercise, make sure you stretch. Stretch all those muscles and keep your steps going. Try to cover your 10,000 steps for the day. If you're already doing 10,000, then step it up a notch to 15,000. And if you're doing 15, step it even up a higher notch to 20,000. And remember, sitting kills. So sit no more than 3 to 4 hours per day. A few other tips that I want to remind you of this morning on your little health nugget is have minimum a handful of nuts per day, a handful of seeds per day. And a handful is your handful. So my handful will not suffice for Troy's daily required allowance, but his handful will suffice. All right. And whatever fits in the palm of your hands, that is your handful, right? All right. That's your nuts, your seed. Make sure you're having some sort of seaweed in your diet. So those who purchase from us their collagen boost, that would have had your seaweed already in it. So you're covered there. It also has a lot of nuts and seeds. Our salads as well also have nuts and seeds. And our salad dressings are normally made from your nuts and seeds. Our salads always come with some sort of beans in it. So it covers your bean requirement for the day. So sometimes even more. You may get 2 servings of beans in it, your sprouts, as well as, for example, the salads yesterday had hummus, chickpea hummus in them. So you're covered. You're covered. Plus the dressing, the salad dressing is made from what you call it now? Cashew and tofu and coconut milk, pumpkin seed, and sunflower seeds. So your nutritional needs are covered from us when you purchase your salads and your collagen boost from us. We make sure that those important bits are covered, and you just ensure that in the morning you're having your fruits, a nice variety of fruits, and surely you can have your plant-based milk, and you can still have some nuts and seeds. So there you go. If you do that, just about everything will be covered in your daily nutrition. All right. So yesterday we touched on. Let me tell you a little about today about exercise. Right. There is a difference between exercise and physical activity. So exercise is actually a form of physical activity. And I really want you to listen carefully to what I'm saying here. So your exercise is a form of physical activity, but there is more to the word physical activity than just exercise. So bear this in mind, right? The difference between physical activity and exercise. And remember, as you learn the difference, you are also required to do both every day. You're required to exercise every day, regardless of the weather. So it could be moonshine, it could be snowing, it could be a thunderstorm going on out there. Get in your right gears. So if you've got to put your raincoat on, put it on. Go outside and exercise. And this morning, the sun is rising pretty early, which is good. It looks lighted up already. So we can go outside and exercise this morning. Your exercise is definition is exercise is repetitive. It is structured, right? So repetitive means you're repeating the same movements over and over, over and over. You're repeating them, right? Until they have some effect. It is structured. So you normally do it for about 30 to 45 minutes. You may do it for even less, but you know that today you're focusing on increasing your, let's say your stamina or your endurance. You want to do some endurance exercise or some leg strengthening exercise, or you want to strengthen the abdominal areas, or you just want to flex the muscles. So your exercise program would be structured to and geared towards the area that you're really focusing on trying to work out. So if it is abs you're trying to work out, then the moves that you're gonna plan for the day is to really work the abdominal muscles, right? If you're gonna be working, if you're trying to gain upper body strength, then your exercise program will be geared on doing things like your tricep dips, your bicep dips, your press ups to strengthen the upper body. So it will be focused, and you probably lift some dumbbells as well. So it will be focused on structured on building the upper
provides all that pertains to life and godliness. You promise in your word.
Okay, I think I might have muted that person. All right, so
somebody needs to mute because there's right. Okay, I think
they have been muted. They have been muted. Thank you. All right. So your exercise structured. Your exercise must be planned. So you plan your exercise. If you're gonna do 3 days per week for 45 minutes per day, then you know that you do that every week. You're 3 days per week, you're 45 minutes per day. So your body can get into that routine, because the body likes structure. Believe it or not, it loves structure, right? Your exercise must be intentional. So your exercise is not random. It's not just passing by the bell. No, your exercise is intentional. So you make up your mind, just like you are here this morning at 5 a.m. I'm sure this has got to be intentional to be dragged out of your bed. You know, you weren't dragged out, you got up out of your bed to come here this morning. So this is intentional. So that is how you must see your exercise as intentional, right? And your exercise, you exercise with the goal to maintain or improve physical fitness, right? So your purpose, your aim is to maintain your physical fitness or to improve physical fitness. So that's your exercise. Those points is covered in your exercise. So 1, it's repetitive. 2, it is structured. 3, it is planned. 4, it is intentional. And 5, it has a goal. So 5 points for your exercise. So let me hear you repeat them, because repetition deepens impression. So either you type them in the chat or you open your mic and repeat them with me, right? In the order of Exercise is repetitive, it is structured, it is planned, and it's intentional, and it has a goal. So 5 things. Who's repeating them? Structured. What's the next one? Repetitive. Anybody on here with me today?
Planned.
Excellent. Planned. Anyone else?
Intentional.
Excellent. Intentional.
And
Anything
have a
else?
goal.
Must have
Have
a
a
goal.
Set a
All right.
goal.
Fantastic. So that's your exercise. So keep that in mind. It can be 3 days for the week at 6 a.m. in the morning or 5 a.m. in the morning. And you know that you're working out today. You're going to do some floor exercise. Tomorrow, you're going to walk around the block at high speed with your arms going above your heart. Or while we don't really encourage jogging, you may be doing some HIIT. So a little bit of run and then you pause, but something to develop the lung capacity. So, you can go for miles without running out of breath and without your chest tightening up. It's focused. You've got some goal in mind. Another day, it could be that you're going to work on strengthening the muscles or toning the butt, something like that. So brilliant for your exercise. Now let's look at your physical activity. Believe you me, easier said than done, especially in this generation that we are living in, this time era that we are living in. We're living in a very sedentary society. But what is physical activity? It is any random movement that burns energy. Now, for example, instead of sitting down at work, stand up. So like I am talking to you now, I'm standing, and I'm hoping you're in a standing position as well, right? Because we're not here. You notice I didn't put any screen up. I didn't put any PowerPoint up. Not like I don't have these things in PowerPoint. I do, but I didn't put any PowerPoint up because this is practical stuff. And this detox program is to practicalize the laws of health, because I know that what I'm saying to you, some of this you already know, right? I know I may be saying a few things which you're learning today, maybe for the first time. But in terms of exercising, we know we ought to exercise every day or at least 3 days per week, right? You can exercise every day for 20 minutes per day, 30 minutes per day, or 3 days per week for 45 minutes per day. We know that, right? And we know that exercise is good for our health. That's the basics. We all know that. So what I'm saying to you here is literally repetition. It's nothing new, right? It's nothing new. But we're here not to be talking. This is not about the talking. This is about actually doing it together, motivating each other, supporting each other. Because when you do it in a group, you're more likely to actually do it. You're more likely to get it done. It's inspiring. It's motivating. It's easier when we hold each other's hand, right? Than when we try to stand like an island. So I am gaining from this as much as you are gaining, right? So it's standing at work instead of sitting down. So I know the chairs are there and it's tempting to sit because we always sit, but try for these 10 days to stand more and to sit less. When you think about sitting, think that you're entitled to 3, a maximum of 4 hours per day to sit, right? Just think of that. So calculate your sitting time. Sit for the most important things. You've got to drive in traffic and you've got to sit down and eat at least. So think like you save your sitting times for these important things. You may end up having a meeting where you have to sit. Save it for that purpose. But other than that, you're on the phone talking, stand up and talk. Walk around while you're on the phone instead of sitting. You may need to go to the supermarket or to the shop. Oftentimes we jump in our vehicle, even though we're just going 2-3 minutes down the road. Sometimes not even so long. Consider this. Walk to the shop, walk to the supermarket instead of driving, right? Oftentimes we go to the supermarket or to the pharmacy or to someplace. We try to park at the closest spot to the door. But for the next 10 days and thereafter, consider this. Try to find the furthest parking space away from the door, the most difficult parking space that's furthest away, not difficult parking space, but the one that is furthest away from the door. and give yourself that little opportunity to walk into the supermarket. Consider this as well. Can you use 2 baskets to carry your goods instead of pushing a trolley? If you can use 2 baskets, use 2 baskets instead of pushing a trolley around the supermarket. And when you check it out, you've got 5 items in the trolley. Right? So do these things to help you burn energy, right? To help to metabolize your system. Taking your bags to the car by hand, right? So if you have to use a trolley, at least park it at the door and then take your bags to the car by hand instead of having someone push a trolley behind you while you slowly walk to your car. No, or pushing a trolley to your car. Try taking your bags out and struggling with them a little bit to the car. Gone are the days when we struggle with our heavy bags coming back from supermarkets, right? Gone are those days. But let us bring them back, because that is why our grandparents lived to be 100 or close to 100 or some even more than 100. And they didn't have the diseases that we're having today. My grandaunt died at 105. I had another one died at 106. I mean, my granddad died at about 89. Everybody, went up into their hundreds. And they died from something like falling over or, just old age, no sickness. So gone are those days. It's like, what's the difference between us and them? Why is our generation, from you reach 30, your body start breaking down? You can feel life and health slipping. Why? Because we are living in a very sedentary world. We don't live the same way like our grandparents used to live. So for example, my grandfather used to be up before sunrise, and he would go out to the bush. He would go dig the yam, dig this, plant his thing, water his thing, go tie out his cow, go tie out his goat. He's very physically active. Here, even if we wake up at 5 o'clock, we wake up on these mobile phones, we wake up on the devices, the laptop. No, look at that. Now we start having a computer that we can put in our laps, which means that you're sitting down to use this one, or you're still in bed. So we are very sedentary. We get up in the mornings, we drive to work in traffic, then we sit down at work for 8 hours. So this is our waking hours, right? You're awake for about 16 hours in the day. Let's say you sleep for 8 hours, which most of us don't even do anyway. But let's give you the benefit. Let us give ourselves the benefit of the doubt that we sleep for 8 hours. We have 16 hours of awake time. How do we actually spend these 16 hours? We drive to work. We then sit down for 8 hours or 7 hours of that 8 hours at work. And then we drive home. Some of us on the way home, we stop at the Pizza Hut or we stop at the KFC and we go to the drive-thru and we pick up the fast food, right? And then we go home, we sit down in front of the sofa and we eat this. Some of us don't even have anything to wash up. All we have is a garbage to empty at the end of the day or the end of the week. And we sit down and eat, we fall asleep in the sofa, and then we get up, have a shower, go in the bed, and the cycle starts again as we wake in the morning. So we're a sitting down generation. Now, there is what is called the sitting disease. And when you're finished with this meeting, please do go and Google this and read upon it, the sitting disease. Sitting kills. The World Health Organization says that sitting is the 4th leading cause of death in the world. The 4th leading cause of death in the world. There is nowhere that is exempted from this. So we are a generation that is dying very fast. We are a generation that is suffering a lot from a lot of ailments. And that's because a lot of it is because obviously we sit down too much, right? God designed this living machinery with over 600 muscles. It is for a reason. It is to keep moving. When he made Adam and Eve, he put them in a garden. He did not put them inside a house. He put them in a garden. And not only did he just put them there and leave them there and say, sit on the ground all day and eat. He says, till this ground. This is work it. And he had no separation between Adam and Eve in work in the garden. So we have over 600 muscles because we ought to keep moving. We ought to keep moving. We ought not to be sitting down. Every time we sit down, our muscles die. They slowly die. And I want my words and my voice to resound in your head today, over and over and over. Get up. Don't sit down. Sitting kills. It is true. It's a reality. It is happening. Your muscles are slowly wasting away. Our muscles are slowly wasting away because we sit down too much. And remember, when you're in darkness, the Lord winks. When light comes your way, there's no more winking. He expects you to repent. He expects you to do what is right. And there is much whipping for the presenter who knows. So let us pray for each other, that we all do his will. We know, so let us do what we now know. So sitting kills. For example, you're at home and you wonder, what can I do to occupy my time to keep moving? Go do your gardening outside. It is time. It is past time. But let's say it is time now. If you're just going to get onto it, if you have a little space, if you have some buckets, some paint buckets, go get some buckets somewhere. Plant in them. Go get some dirt. Plant your lettuce. Plant your fruits and your vegetables. Maybe you don't have space for fruit trees, but plant at least your vegetables. The things that you need to eat raw, plant them, because it is better to eat what you grow than to actually buy from the shops, because they're sprayed with so much chemicals and pesticides. Some of them, not even a fly would pitch on them. So that is what we are oftentimes taking in our bodies. So use your time to occupy your time with gardening at home. You have gardening all sorted. Go out and do some voluntary work. There is much work to be done in the Lord's vineyard. There are many souls dying without this knowledge that I am sharing with you. Go out and share it with your neighbor. Stand and talk to your neighbor. And while you're talking to your neighbor, march on the spot, which is exactly what I am doing now as I'm speaking to you. So keep that going. Keep the movements going. By all means, at all cost, just keep moving. All right, so exercise and physical activity will reduce your risk and help with the reversal of cancer, the reversal of diabetes, the reversal of heart disease, the reversal of high blood pressure, the reversal of hyperthyroidism, the reversal of hypothyroidism, the reversal of dementia, the reversal of depression, the reversal of mental illness, the reversal of autoimmune diseases, and more, right? So you name the disease and guaranteed physical activity and exercise will help you to reverse these. It will increase your energy levels and physical beauty. Your skin will be renewed. It will look younger. You will improve general health and your general mental ability. And I am a living testimony of the benefits of exercise. So what I'm sharing with you is not just theory, right? So what I have written here that I'm reading from is my schoolwork. This is my exercise fitness program that I have put together for those who I do like a full consultation with, that I put on a full program, right? But I'm reading from that, and this information I've garnered from my trainings. But I just want to say I'm sharing this information with you today, not for you to put it aside, but for you to employ this in your life so it can make a change in your life. I am a walking testimony of the health benefits of exercise. I had high blood pressure. I had diabetes. I had a tumor in my colon. I had Crohn's. I had all sorts of disease, right? Hypothyroidism as well. I had all sorts. And notice the operative word, had. It's all behind me. Sometimes when I review certain things, or a client may come to me and say, oh, I'm experiencing this and I'm experiencing that. I'm like, oh, wow. I had that disease. So for me, it's all in the past. And I'm telling you today, whatever it is you're experiencing, it can be in the past. One, you've got to put your full trust that Jesus can heal you. Like that woman with the issue of blood, she just desired just to get close enough to him to touch his garment, just to get close enough. He didn't even need to say the word. He didn't even need to see her. She just wanted to get close enough to touch his garment. That's how desperate I was. And I just believed and did everything that the Lord, knowledge that I received. I just soaked it up like a sponge. My high blood pressure was one of the first things that I reversed naturally, right? I went to class. I think it may have been my nutrition class. And the teacher taught the module on high blood pressure. And that class was like a 3 hours long class. And he taught the module on high blood pressure. And I left class and I said, God, I'm gonna try everything that this teacher just taught in class. I'm gonna do everything that he said. I never even went home and read over my notes. I left class, or I left work, because after class I go back to work. I just left work and I went straight to the supermarket, and everything that he said I should buy, I bought. But of course, I did forget one thing that he had said. He had said no processed foods. And of course, I thought what I want for my dinner that evening, I wanted some pasta. So because tomato is one of the things that help to reverse your high blood pressure, I actually went and I bought a bottle of pasta sauce, or they call it a bottle of marinara sauce. I went and I bought a bottle of that. But the teacher did say no processed foods. And I came home and I was making my vegetable pasta with my spinach, because spinach is one of the things that helps to lower your blood pressure, my kale, and I had all my vegetables in it that he had mentioned. And I didn't get any seeds as yet. I didn't find where you get those to buy as yet. But I came home and the Holy Spirit just said, read the bottle. And I read the bottle and I saw a high percentage of sugar and salt, because I did remember that you ought not to add any salt to your no added salt and no added sugar. So I decided, okay, no added salt, no added sugar. But you ought not to have more than 2.3, I believe, grams of sodium. This is information that I may have to correct, right? So like a certain amount of sodium for a Black person. So you've got a certain amount that a Black person can have. Hispanics, you have a certain percentage or a certain amount of grams of sodium that Caucasians can have. You have a certain percentage or a certain amount that if you're over 40 or if you're already suffering from high blood pressure, that you can have, right? So different groups have a level that your body can actually tolerate. And of course, for most people, we go way over the amount of grams of salt or sodium that we can actually have for the day. So when I looked, the Holy Spirit says, read that bottle. When I read my bottle of pasta sauce, I was way over the amount of sodium and sugar that was in my pasta sauce was the daily recommended allowance. And that was just the pasta sauce. Remember, I've had my breakfast already, right? And you eat sometimes, other things during the day that has salt, right? So it meant that just that one bottle of pasta sauce alone meant that I'd already gone over my daily recommended allowance, considering that I was already a high blood pressure patient. So I learned the hard way. The next day, of course, I just made my pasta that day. I had to have something to eat. But the next day, I had to go back to the supermarket and spend another 80 pounds to shop again. And this time, no processed food. And I found an aisle that I still label it as the healthy aisle in the supermarket. That time was my first time seeing quinoa, amaranth. I bought all sort of stuff that I never saw before. I just look at that aisle and I know that it's got to be the healthy aisle because I've never heard of these. And the packages are so small and the prices are so high. So I just filled my trolley with them and I went home. And I'm like, Lord, how do I cook this? And I'm like, well, I'm going to cook everything like I cook rice. And I did exactly that. And it worked until, I started asking others and they shared ways with me how they mix their quinoa with their oats to make porridge. And then eventually I started doing additional research and learn how to prepare them. So just saying to you that everything is reversible. And I did reverse my high blood pressure, by the way, in less than 2 weeks. So I put myself on a program of eating and doing everything that the teacher said, which included my walks, right? Which included my exercise. I did everything that the teacher said. And in 1.5 weeks, my blood pressure that almost killed me on more than one occasion, I'm fainting here, I'm fainting there, was down for the first time in 1.5 weeks. And I put myself on the program for 2 weeks. I was running, I was jumping, I was skipping all over Newport College campus, praising the Lord. I felt so light. I was just bouncing about on the campus like a baby kangaroo. I was telling everybody, my blood pressure is normal, it's normal, it's normal, it's normal. I was so excited because the whole school knew, because of course I fainted in public. So it was no secret that I was walking around with high blood sugar levels and high blood pressure levels because I was in the middle of a cooking demonstration when I fainted. I was walking home when I fainted. So there goes. Everybody knew. So it was public knowledge. So yes, when my blood pressure was normal and the nurse had to check my blood pressure every day at work, when my blood pressure came down to normal, I was over the moon. And I'm telling you, you can experience the same joy. You can experience the same joy if we are obedient and just trust him. See what the Lord says we should do? Trust him and do it because he knows. He designed this living machinery. So he's got to know what is best to run it. And he made us with over 600 muscles to keep moving. So let us keep moving. We've got 20 minutes to do our exercise and finish it. So let's start warming up. Stretch. If you're tired, if it was hard for you to wake up, stretch them, and just march on the spot. I'm hoping that our energy levels are coming up and we can exercise with more vigor. Today is Wednesday, our 3rd day of exercising together. And don't believe that I started before you, all right? I did not. It's been a long while I have not exercised. And it was always like, Davina, you've got to exercise. Every morning I get up, Davina, you've got to exercise. You've got to exercise. Get up, girl, and exercise. It was always like that every morning. But I tell you this, as I said, I heard one pastor say, God put you into ministry to save you. So whatever ministry he puts you in, that's your weak area, right? And that's what he wants you to do because he's literally trying to save you. You know how long I have been wanting to exercise? And then the Lord put on my heart. Why don't you? I mean, it's always been on my heart. Lord, I want to do something for Spanish Town. I want to do something for Spanish Town. All these vendors, and I always just walk out on Markspen Road, and I said, God, all these vendors sitting down all day, and they're eating the meat, and you can see they're all overweight, and they don't know you, and they don't understand. And I literally sometimes put myself out of the way to go right there and shop so I can, talk to them and give them a little talk and help. And I keep saying, God, I want to do something for Spanish Town. I want to do something more, for Spanish Town. And the Lord put on my heart, run a 10-day detox program and just run it free. So all and sundry can come on. And so I started it. I did not expect it to go online and all over the place, honestly. When I started, I just expected my clients from the restaurant to join in. That's what I thought. And maybe their friends, who they'll tell about the program. I didn't expect to get anyone from England. I did not even send the link out on my UK phone. I did not. So I just did this literally just for Spanish Town. And see, I get my exercise in because I have to get up to exercise with you and to get you on the right path. So that's how the Lord does stuff to save us, right? So when I am talking, I'm talking for me first. So are you exercising with me this morning? Who is exercising? Who is warming up?
I am.
Excellent. Let me put my shoes on so we can go outside this morning because the sun is, it's lighting up. Okay, can only find one foot. All right, great.
That's fun.
I found the other one. All right, brilliant. So I'm loving this 10-day detox, maybe as much as you are, even more. Because it's doing me well. I'm feeling good. My muscles are a little bit sore, yeah. But this morning, I feel good. Oh, let me grab some water. All right, great. So here we are outside this morning. Let's see, where is this phone gonna go? Okay. So first morning, I did put it on my gate here and it was fine. It survived. All right. Hope it doesn't fall off. Right, so let's warm up. I think I see another area. All right, there we go. This is a little bit safer for my for my phone. And I'll spotlight me for everyone. So let's keep moving. I've got construction going on, so you can see the sand, dirt, gravel, everything in the background. Let me get 2 weights here. I have 2 weights here. All right. This is showing you don't need the gym. You don't need to pay, I don't know how much for gym membership nowadays, but my last time I paid gym membership, I paid £31 for the month. That was a long time ago.
Yeah, but it's not healthy because you're in air condition and everybody's breathing out. It's not fresh air. I say it's not healthy because you are in an air conditioned place and there's no fresh air.
Exactly. And not only that, when you go to the bathrooms in the gym, that's when you know how smelly the gym is and how dirty it is.
Yeah. Why
It's worse
do you
than-
need to include all of that?
Exactly. It's worse than being in the city.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. But you can find everything outdoors. Everything.
Everything.
You can go to your park and you can use your trees to exercise.
So remember, you don't have 2 dry coconuts. You can use 2 fresh ones. You don't have 2 fresh ones. You can use 2 water bottles. Do anything. Squirt them. And remember, as you are exercising, you are breathing. Right? You are breathing. So squeeze the abs in, squeeze the glutes in. Wonderful. Let me put the timer on. So work those arms at the same time. So things like these actually help the brain to develop because you've got to concentrate on moving the arms separately from how you're moving the legs. This actually helps to grow your brain cells, helps to prevent dementia. All right, so let's get these legs up now. So we're switching the group over to Telegraph because WhatsApp is just same as if they just want to kick everyone out. I don't know if it's anybody else, but I can no longer copy and paste. And I can't respond to, like, if someone says something and I wanted to highlight them and respond, I can no longer do that. To respond to them privately, I can no longer do that. I can't forward messages, I can only forward pictures. All right, so let's do some apart together. Well, I'm gonna put on my coconuts. They're kind of hard to jump with. You can put them down. So apart together, apart together. All right, sorry, not my favorite one. Oops. Yes. Get them knee highs. Or you could kick it out. Kick it out. Don't turn over like me. So. Yeah. So if you can't go fully high, just keep it low. But If you've got to just kick it out like that, then do just that. If you can go high, go high. All right, march. If you've got your water, drink your water. Drink some water. Drink a couple of mouthfuls. March. So now we need to find somewhere to stretch our legs. There we go. This is what I find. Go down. Get it down, get it down. Breathe. Inhale. Exhale. Relax and go down. Stretch it. Should be feeling these muscles behind your stretching. Next one. Exhale. Go down. Relax. Stretch these muscles. Stretch them. This little place here, we can use this to do steps. So you can do it this way. Easy one. I can go up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. Oh, we haven't done any squats. So get in your position for some squatting. In your positions, you want to have your toes out, and you can put your hands on your leg, or you can just hold them out, but you want to go down, right? Don't break the knees. So you're gonna push out and go down, right? Don't be feeling the pressure on your knees, right? This helps. And if like me, you hear the bones going, yeah, we need some added calcium. Need to get these joints agile again. And we just need to strengthen them. Literally just our daily exercise will make a huge difference. Lots of water in the diet. Your good fats. So have your avocados, have your walnuts, have your pecan nuts, have your almonds, have your sunflower seeds, have your pumpkin seeds, enjoy your sesame seeds, your chia seeds, have them. Have some raw ackee. Don't be cooking everything. Hey. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, kick it out, kick it out. Kick it out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. So we've got 3 minutes. to cool down. So let's slow it down with a little marching. Slow it down with a little marching. Swing the arms in the meantime. So quick, easy workout. We're gonna stretch. Just slowing it down, slow down the heart rate. Don't ever exercise and stop suddenly. Always just slow it down. Otherwise, the heart may go into a state of shock, as it can't manage the sudden stop. So after this, you're gonna take your renew juice, your cell renew juice, right? Your cell renew juice. Cell renew juice. So stretch them out. And even though today we work mostly the lower half, we still stretch these, all right? Still stretch these. Let's get the neck in. Bring it to the side. And breathe. And you will realize that when you breathe properly, on exhalation, you find that your neck can actually go down a little bit more. The muscle becomes more flexible. Next side. Next side. Stretch it, stretch it. All these tight muscles here, stretch them out. Stretch them out, let oxygen pass through these dry, hard muscles that are dry like banana chips. They need water. When you go in the shower, just suck them, tap them, let the blood start circulating. Drink a whole lot of water. All those waking up with stiff neck, drink a lot of water, stretch the neck. Put a little oil in your hand, massage it. When you're in the shower, tap it. And keep moving. Get up from the desk at work. Purchase a standing desk. You have some that you can put on the top of your desk. All right, let's stretch these guys. You've got some that you can put on the top of your desk, and you can adjust, it's height adjustable. So you can adjust it to your own height. And then you've got some that can stand from the floor up. You can put your laptop on it and work instead of sitting down. Get yourself a standing desk. Don't say you're waiting for your employer. Get it for your health. Your employer is about profit, not about your health. Health is wealth. Without good health, you cannot, by no means, can you hear the voice of the Lord clearly. By no means can you focus properly on a relationship and communication with Him. It is His desire for us to be 100% whole. And we can see that from the life He lived when He was on this earth. He went around and He healed the sick. He had compassion on the people. Even when He was tired, sometimes for days, He was just going on, healing, healing, healing. The crowd pressed upon Him with their sick. Imagine that scene. Imagine a scene like that, the crowd pressed upon him with their sick. They tried to get their sick through roofs so he could touch them. That woman, she just wanted to get close enough through the thick crowd just to touch the hem of his garment, just to get close enough. That's all she wanted, to be made whole. And she was made whole. And I must let you know, she's not the only one, and she was not the first who actually touched, who actually just wanted to get close enough to Christ. She's not the only one. She was not the first and only one. So put your knees up. If you find somewhere to put your knees up, and I've got my knees on a stack of black blocks here. Stretch them out, right? Stretch them out. So your faith shall indeed make you whole. Embrace his ways of healing. There are many healing art out there, but there's only one prescribed by heaven. Only one that heaven approves. Not my words, but so saith Spirit of Prophecy. You can Google it for the quote. You can start with, there are many healing art, but only one way approved by heaven, I think. But just, there are many healing arts, Ellen White, and you will find it, right? Many out there. So now bring them up behind you and stretch them. Stretch them. Release the lactic acid. Ooh, feels good. Remember, you're still breathing. You're still breathing. Oh, I forgot. Yeah. All right. And remember, you're tightening these muscles here, tight as a rock. And this tight. Squeeze them. Squeeze them. Pull it up, pull it up, pull it up, pull it up, pull it up. Release the lactic acid from the muscles. So you can walk around today without feeling sore. But don't worry, even if you're feeling sore, by next week you'll be fine. By the weekend, you'll be perfectly fine. And then with your exercise program that you're gonna plan for yourself, what you wanna do is, as soon as your body gets used to your exercise program, then it is time to challenge yourself. You need to step it up a notch.
Mhm.
Yeah. But you exercise, you break a little bit, exercise, break a little bit, give the muscles some time to regrow. Because when you exercise, you actually create little tear in the muscle. And then when you give it a little break for a day, so maybe that's a day when you just stretch, it helps to sort of fill them, heal them back up. And just keep doing that. And I tell you this, you exercise every day, you'd be surprised to see how your energy levels skyrocket. You'd be surprised to know how good you feel. You'd be surprised to know how much more organized your life will be, how much more structured your whole life will be. You'll be surprised how much your relationship with God grows. So as you exercise your physical muscle, remember, exercise your spiritual muscles even more, especially at a time like this. We need more muscles to be working well at top performance. Because one, you'll be doing a lot of spiritual marathons as the floods come upon you. And you might just be doing some physical marathon after as you have to run up to the hill. All right, so this is good. Stretch the back. Touch the toes. And look, I'm going up with a deep breath. Release it as you're going down. And touch your toes. Come back up. Fill up with air.
Yeah, boy.
Let it out as you go down. Now I can touch the ground. So as you release the air as you're going down, you more and more, you can go closer and closer to your toes until you can actually touch the ground. All right, everyone. It was a pleasure doing this session with you. May the Lord bless and keep you today. And remember, beans in your diet every day. So the minimum, the least you really should have is no less than 1 serving. And that's about a third, that's about a half a cup dried, half a cup of beans. And when you cook that, that's your serving, a 1 serving, right? A glass of milk, soya milk, is a serving. I can't say the same about the ones that we buy in the shop. I don't know how much of a serving that is, but I believe it's about, if you get one that is about 8% or 8.8%, that's good enough, right? A glass of milk. It doesn't have to be soya. You can make your own milk. You can make it from white bean. You can make it from black bean. You can chickpeas as well, right? And when you come on our cooking course, our vegan nutrition cooking and nutrition course, we teach you how to make several different types of plant-based milk and how to preserve them naturally as well. We teach you how to make your creams as well from your plant-based, from your beans and stuff. We teach you how to make your own butter without any sort of dairy in it. And it's good quality butter. We teach you how to make your own condensed milk without any sugar and without any milk. We teach you how to make your own ketchup without any milk, your own tomato paste. We teach you how to make, maybe one of my colleagues can help me. Plus, we teach you some of the most amazing main courses. At this time, we are now registering for the next vegan nutrition cooking and nutrition course, where we will begin with cutting, teaching you how to cut your vegetables, so to create nice cuts. So when you make your vegetable, your steamed vegetable, your stir fries, etc., it can pop open. Your eyes can pop open because the cuts are fantastic. They're even. Your cooking time is even as well. Your vegetables are not overcooked and looking like hurricane passed through them. We teach you as well how to make your own stock. So going forward, you don't need to go into the shop to buy any Maggi or any season up or any bouillon or any stock cube or no liquid stock in box that says it's vegan or vegetable, that has something in it that really, as Sister Joanne would explain, when we were going to culinary school and you're taught how to make the stock, you put a piece of pork fat in it. And then when it's finished, you strain it so you get rid of the flesh, but it is cooked with it, because it needs to give it a nice flavor. All right, so just understand, you really don't know what you're getting when you pick something up that is already prepared in the supermarket. You don't know what you are getting. I can tell you, when you buy those vegetables that are already prepackaged and washed ready to use, those salad mixes, because it's going to be consumed directly by the consumer, to prevent, according to them, the germs or stuff being passed. Something has to be sprayed on them to prevent that. You don't know what is in that spray, do you? You don't even know that it is sprayed. So when I say to you today, consider any little space that you have in your yard that you're not using, consider planting everything that you need to eat. You may not be able to plant everything, but the things that you normally eat raw, your lettuce, your cucumber, your tomato, plant them.
Bell peppers.
Your bell peppers, your scallion. And it's like that. The scallion is actually so easy to grow. Listen to me, that thing will grow just sitting on the kitchen counter. It will grow in a cup of water. It will grow in a plastic bag. Exactly. I don't know about onion. You get the leaf.
Let me give you an example. I put an onion, cut it in half and put a celery wrap over it and left it and forgot about it in a basket. I went back like maybe 3 weeks, 4 weeks later, and I saw a piece of scallion. So I dig out the thing and pull it out. When I realized it was the onion that I left in there.
Oh yeah, it
Started
turned
to
into
spring out.
yeah,
It
it
pushed
grew.
through the cellar,
Yeah.
and there was a piece of scallion looking like thing. So I just popped it in the earth, put it in a container. pop
Yes.
it in there.
Only thing is with the onions, when we plant them, they grow. We can eat the leaves that grow, but it doesn't grow back
not the
the
onion
bulb.
itself.
It doesn't grow back the bulb of onion. You've got to get the onion seeds for that. And when you cut an onion, use all of it.
Yes.
Don't put any in the fridge because the onion is a powerful antibiotic. So what it does, it absorbs all the toxins in your fridge or wherever you leave it, it absorbs all the toxins from there. So when you use it back, you're sort of just consuming the toxins again. So when you use an onion, use all of it. Plus, to rebuild your good gut bacteria, you need to be eating an onion per day, raw onion per day, that is, not cooked, raw. So try and get your onions in. And if you're purchasing your salads from us, trust me, you're getting it in because it's in the dressing. And you've got some slices in the salad. So you're getting your one raw onion in per day to help to rebuild your good gut bacteria so you can stop having those stinking farts. In fact, you can stop farting, full stop. All right. And your gut can feel good. All right. So we love you, but we've got to go because I'm sure there are persons who want their salads from me today. So let me go to my kitchen and get chopping. And if you want to order your... Yes, dear.
I see. Oh Lord, Pastor calling me. All right, I'm gonna have to talk to you after. Sorry.
All right. All right. Bye, everyone. If anybody wants their salad, please WhatsApp me as soon as possible, or your collagen boost. Today we've got beetroot collagen boost. So it's made with beetroot and coconut. It will have your seeds in it. It will have your nuts in it. So it will have your seeds, your nuts, your seaweed. That's your Irish moss seaweed that we're putting in. And it will have a little honey in it as well. So please, and molasses. So please do send us your order quickly so I'm going to the kitchen right now. Love you, leave you. And I hope you all have a very productive and successful standing day today.
We will. So I'm
All
heading for the field.
You're having a food field?
I'm heading for the field.
You're heading for the field. Oh, wonderful. Now that sounds right.
Yeah. Normally I would have been there long ago, but I was on the program, so I just stayed back. I stayed back to spend this moment with you. This cherished moment.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah. Just one thing. Have you ever realized that an exercising person automatically is be a happy person?
Oh yes, because it produces so much good endorphins that and we've got some nice green plantings today.
Okay, well, bye. See you.
Okay, yeah. All right, bye.